So we have learned how to record receive money, spend money and transfer money transactions in Xero. But there is another way as well, and that way is directly recording the receive money, spend money and transfer money from the bank statement. So once you have your bank statement uploaded in Xero, that can be coming directly with the bank feed, where Xero automatically imports your transactions from the bank statement itself once you link it with your bank. Or you can also upload the bank statement manually using the CSV file. Here in our example, we will use the manual importing feature of the Xero, where we will import the statement ourselves. So how do we import the statement? For that, we will first click here on manually import a statement, and then here this window will open. Now the thing is, you cannot just upload any format Excel file or CSV file into Xero. You have to follow the CSV file format that has been given to you by Xero. So here the format is given. So what I will do is I will click on this to download this format, and once this is downloaded, I will just click on this to open that. And then the next thing that we will do is we will just double click on this to make it full, and now we will be entering our bank statement data here. Let me zoom in a little bit. You can see we have to enter the date, amount, and then we also have to enter the pay, description, reference and check number. Just notice that date and amount has a star sign with that, which means that these two are the mandatory fields for every single row. All other remaining things are just the optional things. If you get them from bank statement, do upload it. That will be helpful for you in Xero. But if you don't have that, just don't worry about it. So now let us enter some data here. By the way, if you already have your bank statement, you will just rearrange it to make sure that it comes in this format, and all you have to do is to bring the date in the first column, amount in the second column, and then pay in the third column, and then description, reference and check number. Right now I do not have a bank statement to upload. I will rather just enter things four lines in our bank statement, and we will now be uploading it into Xero. But first let us take a look at them. So we know that on the 2nd of August, Honor transferred $5,000 from petty cash to the bank account. So that transaction is appearing here as $5,000 deposit. And please keep in mind that Xero already knows about this. We have already recorded this transaction into our petty cash account as a transfer from petty cash to the bank account, and Xero already knows that. But take a look at these three transactions. Xero does not know about them. We haven't spoken about them until now. So here on 3rd of August, we have paid a cleaning bill of $100. Since this is a payment and the money is going out from the bank, this value must be appearing with a negative sign. And then take a look at here. Customer has paid us for consultation $50, and this money has been deposited into the bank, so this is a positive value. And then finally, Honor withdrew cash for business and it is transferred to the petty cash, so this will be appearing as a negative value in this particular account because the $200 has been taken out from the bank account, so this is appearing as a negative sign. But I would like to repeat one last time an important point, and that is Xero already knows about this 5,000. When we will upload it, Xero will recognize it that perhaps this is the one that you have already recorded. But for these three, we haven't recorded them in Xero until now. So Xero will have no idea. Xero will rather be asking us to record them. So just click on save button here, and now this CSV file is ready for upload. Now this warning sign is just here to say that you might lose some data if you save it as CSV. Well, we don't need to worry about it. We just need to close that, and now we are ready to upload this statement into Xero. So let us navigate back to Xero, and now let us upload the file. We will first select the file Let's select it from here, and I will find it here in my computer first. Here it is where I have saved it. So now I just need to click on next, and you can see that system is asking you that okay, this is the first column, it seems like transaction date, that is fine, and then they are saying that this seems like amount, and you can see that you also have the option to change it here. So if something is wrongly recognized, you can adjust that, and there is an pay option, then description and all this. So everything here is looking fine. Xero has correctly recognized our fields. So I will just click on next now, and I will just click on next one more time to complete the import. It is importing the transactions now, and now you can see that the transactions have been imported. It will just take a moment, and now you will see such a screen on your computer. Well, let me take you back to the dashboard, and let us come back from here one more time. So I will just click on the dashboard now. So this is now how your dashboard will be appearing. You have 4 items to reconcile, so we will just click on this, and the same screen that has just opened for you earlier will open again. And now here you can see that for the first transaction, that is owner deposited cash into the business, system is saying you that it is a match. System is telling you that I already know that on 2nd of August you have deposited $5,000 into your bank account. You have already recorded that. Please listen to it carefully. Systems is saying you that you have already recorded that. You just need to match it so that we can click on this as OK. But before I do that, I need to show you some very important things here. First of all, if I scroll up, you will see that here you have 3 tabs: reconcile tab, bank statement tab, and the account transaction. And just like that, you can also see you have 2 balances here. One is the statement balance and one is the balance in Xero. So what is this balance in Xero? This is the balance that you have actually recorded yourself without the bank statement I'm talking about. If you have recorded these transactions in your bank, and that is $5,000. And the statement balance 4750 is the balance that you have uploaded into your Xero. Ideally, both of these should be the same, and if they are not the same, it means that you have not properly done your bank statement recording until now. So let me show you this 4750 where it is coming from. So if I take you back to my CSV file, here you can see if I sum up all of these balances here that we have just uploaded, that is 4750. And back in Xero, if I just go back to Xero, here you can see that it is 4750 as a statement balance. Now balance in Xero, let me show you what is that. If I take you to the account transactions here, these are the transactions that have actually been recorded into your Xero, and you can see we have only recorded one transaction until now, that is $5,000, and that is not reconciled until now. We have recorded it in the previous lectures. And if you like to see this transaction, you can click on this and you can see what is happening in this particular transaction. This was basically a transfer from petty cash to the bank account. Now before I move forward, I need to show you 2 very important things here. First of all, if I go to the balance sheet and open it, let us see what we see, and also the account transactions for the bank account. So first of all, balance sheet, and let's apply the 31st of December 2024 so that all the transactions for 2024 are considered and updated. And you can see that our business current account is currently showing $5,000. What is this $5,000? The transaction that has already been recorded. Whatever is in the statement that you have uploaded and you haven't recorded until now, that will not make any difference. So let us go back to the balance sheet. You have $5,000, and just like that, if I go to my account report and open the business current account here and update the report for August, you will see that we only have one transaction of $5,000. Now let us go back to the bank statement and let us click on the reconcile tab, and let us begin reconciling our account. First of all, we have this $5,000 that we have to match. And when you will do that, when you will click on OK, no new accounting entry will be made in your Xero. Let me show you the account transactions. We still have only one transaction, but now it is showing you that it is reconciled, which is an important check for your own accuracy. And let us go and check the balance sheet. It will remain the same. The transaction was already there. You have just reconciled it now. Similarly, if I go to the account transaction and I update the report, you will see that no new entry has been made. We have just reconciled the previous entry. Going back to the statement, let's go to the reconcile tab here, and you will see that now we have these three transactions. Now there are two ways to record them. The first way is that we first record them using our previous method and then come and reconcile it the way we have just done one transaction. The other thing is, especially for small businesses, that you can just record these transactions right from here on your bank reconciliation feed. So I would say that who this transaction is for, I would say the company name is Mr. Clean. If there is already contact with Mr. Clean, that will appear here. Otherwise, we will create the new contact, and the purpose here is cleaning. So I will select this one, and you can enter the optional description if you want to, and you will just click on OK. And if you like to add even further details, you can click here and it will give you a complete window just like before. So the transactions that you were recording earlier, you were entering data on a transaction like on a page like this. But if you need that, you can just use all of that. Otherwise, this much is sufficient to record the basic transaction. So all we need to do is to enter these two fields and click on OK, and the transaction has been recorded. Just like that, we can record this receive money transaction. So I would say David Williams and new contact it is, and the purpose here is this is basically an income. So I will just find the income account from here, and you can also use the typing to find the search box. So I will say that this is just a preventive services, just the customer took our services, and I will click on OK, and you can see that the transaction has been recorded. And just like that, here the owner has withdrawn $200 from the bank account to the petty cash. So here you will not use the create option, rather you will use the transfer option. So whenever you are transferring money between your bank accounts, and in our case the petty cash is also the bank account the way we have defined it in our Xero software, it is also the bank. So we will say it is transfer, and we will click on select the bank account as petty cash, and then we will click on OK. And you can see that Xero is telling you that you have recorded all your transactions and your balance is 4750 on a statement, and in Xero it is reconciled. This should be how you would be seeing ideally you should be seeing your reconciliation. And after this, now we can go to the account transactions and see that all these transactions have been recorded, and since you already recorded them from the bank statement, they are also appearing as reconciled. And now after this, let us go to the balance sheet and now click on update. And this time you are seeing that your business current account is 4750, which you have the balance after recording all the transactions. And if I go to the account transactions and click on update, you will be seeing all these transactions here. So we have two deposits, one from owner, one from customer, and two withdrawal, one to petty cash and one to the expenses to Mr. Clean. Now let me close this account transaction and let me go back to balance sheet. Here we are on the balance sheet, and if you like to see the account transactions, you can directly navigate to that from the balance sheet by clicking on the account balance, and it will take you to the account transactions. Here you can see all the transactions, and if you like to see any specific entry in detail, all you got to do is to click on that and it will take you to the specific transaction where you can see all the details that it is reconciled, and you know it is from David Williams, this was the date and this was the account, and you can see that the transaction has been recorded correctly. Now two more things that I need to show you before we move forward. First of all, if you have to edit this transaction, you will just click on this edit transaction and you will be able to change the details here in your recording. If you want to remove and redo, if you have recorded it wrong and you just want to remove it completely, you will click on this remove and redo, and you can also do some other things that we will be showing you later on. Right now let me show you something, and that is called audit trail, or you can in simple words say history. So here you can see who created this transaction, on what date and what time he created this transaction. So normally you would see that for each transaction that you have recorded, it will be first created, then it will be approved. If you are someone who has the full rights to Xero, you are the one who has signed up to Xero, your ID will have full rights, so created and approved will be the same step. But if you have given recording rights to your employees, they will be just creating it and you will be improving it, you will be approving it later on. So that will be happening when you have employees, which I will show that to you later on. And then eventually when you will reconcile the transaction, you will see this. So you will have the complete history, that who created this transaction, who approved it, and who reconciled it. And finally, before I move forward, I just need to discuss a small thing with you, and that is, pause this video for a few moments and please take a look at these 4 transactions and just notice, take some time to think that which of these transactions will also be appearing in the profit and loss statement. So take a moment to think about it and then resume this video. And now let us go to the profit and loss statement, the income statement now, and click on this and see that which transactions are appearing. By the way, this David Williams is the income, so it should be appearing. This cleaning expense is an expense, so this should also be appearing. Not this one and not this one, these are related to balance sheet. Now let us go to profit and loss statement. First let us make sure that we are running it for the right period. January to December is fine, it will cover everything. So you can see we have a turnover, the revenue of $50, and then you can also see we have a $100 cleaning bill. This entertainment bill was the one which we have recorded in the previous lectures, and now you can see if we have earned $50 and if we have spent $200, our loss is $150. If you like to see what this expense is here, the cleaning bill, you can just click on this and it will take you directly to the recording of the transaction, that who recorded this transaction. Let me click on this and you can see that exactly how this transaction was recorded and who recorded that. So right from profit and loss statement to the exact transaction. I hope you have enjoyed this lecture, in which we have learned not just to upload the bank statement but also to reconcile the banks and also to record the receiving money and spending money and transferring money right from the bank statement itself. And eventually we have also seen that how our recording will be impacting our reports.